I'm Charlene Elsby, and I'm going to be reading from my novel Poor Damned Souls, which is forthcoming with Merigold Independent. This section is called Reasons Why Murder is Wrong. Reasons why murder is wrong. Number 1. Murder is wrong because you should treat people how you want to be treated, and you wouldn't like it if they murdered you. On the other hand, the actual relationships between people are generally uneven, and there's usually someone who gets hurt more than the other person. Actually, there are a lot of people who don't seem to mind hurting other people, and it's a fact, or else you wouldn't see so many people so hurt. If hurting other people is so wrong, why is everyone getting away with it? Why do people get off on it? Actually, you know what? If you murder someone, they're gone. And if they're gone, they won't have the opportunity to treat you any which way. So maybe you should treat people how you want to be treated. Only applies to people who remain alive. 2. Murder is wrong because of the other people who love the murder victims and how sad they'll be. But we always overestimate how much we care about our loved ones. I don't think anyone cared much about Kate at all, and if she did have a family, they'd just make a big deal of her murder on the internet and maybe start a crowdfunding campaign, and forever after, she'd be the story about how their sister, cousin, friend got murdered, and it would make everyone else think that they were more interesting people because of their association with her. Actually, of all the people who might have murdered Kate, her friends and family would statistically be the most likely, so Scott doing it just takes some of the responsibility off their hands. 3. Murder is wrong because the person who dies could have gone on to do a lot of great things. Except people die early all the time. They die in car accidents and because they fell out of windows. They got sick because of plane crashes and workplace incidents and food poisoning because they bought the wrong bag of lettuce at the grocery store. It's weird how people make a big deal out of some people dying and not others. Like, some people will die and it doesn't make the news. Doesn't serve as a warning to other people. Don't get the hummus, there's listeria in it this time. Don't walk around late at night, there's a predator. Don't work on the roof without treads on your shoes because you might fall off and the insurance company will try to dick your family out of the coverage they provide, mind you, for any goddamn reason they can think of. No, people die all the time. Murder isn't wrong just because it kills someone. 4. Murder is wrong because Scott and I are supposed to be married and share everything, and this is something he undertook to go do on his own. Like, we're supposed to have this close relationship and know each other better than anyone else does and change and grow old, and we're supposed to have these high and low points where we grow apart and come back together because we're legally bound to and because it would be really inconvenient not to. But this whole murdering thing seems outside the definition of a low point. He's acting like he's not married at all. If Scott wanted to murder people, he should have asked me first. Maybe I'd want to be involved, like when he wanted to take up playing poker. Maybe I'd only want to try it a few times and decide it was boring. But it's just fucking nice to be consulted. But here he is, acting like it's something he does having nothing to do with me, even though everything he does has something to do with me. That's what being married is. Murder is wrong for Scott because I should have been consulted. 5. Murder is wrong because people aren't supposed to have that much power over whether another person lives or dies. But this isn't true either. We're all kind of responsible for one another if you take a few steps back in the causal chain. Like, sometimes the person in the car is at fault when there's an accident, and sometimes they aren't. Cheaping out on building materials doesn't lead to murder charges. It's only when the killing takes place one-on-one where it seems to lead to issues. And does it matter if it's done in private? There's a different kind of murder where someone goes and kills a bunch of people in public. Like, I think if you really want to kill one person, you'd probably get them alone. But if you just want to kill people in general, you can do it anywhere. We're talking about killing one person, and it's targeted. Like, there's something about this one person making them a special kind of victim because Scott picked them out in particular for some goddamn reason. He didn't just pick randoms, he, developed a relationship before he went and killed them. 6. murder is wrong because it is basically cheating. Like, Scott has to pretend not to be married to pick up this woman because I'm sure they wouldn't want to be killed by a married guy. Can you imagine? There's some dude looming over you with his knife out or his hands around your neck, and then for some reason you find out he has a wife at home. She expects him home at a certain hour, and he's got to be done murdering by curfew. Just also, it seems like a pretty intimate relationship to have with someone. Like, I just know if I was going to get murdered by some dude, I'd want him to be single. I don't want him thinking about some other woman when he's doing it. 7. Which is the same goddamn reason I'm mad at Scott, because not only is he killing these women, he's fucking them and hiding it from me, and altogether acting fucking sketchy, which isn't good for our relationship. So murder is wrong because it turns Scott into a sketchy fuck who lies to me all the time, and he's cheating on me. What the fuck do these other women have to do? What do they do for him except die? I let him fuck me anywhere, except the only thing he wants to do is boring 8-minute missionary, and now he's out probably having better sex with other people. He's the one who chose to be boring with me. Murder is wrong because Scott has decided sex with me should be tedious and boring, and he still gets to have fun sex with other people, and it's not fucking fair. 8. Murder is wrong because Scott has underestimated me in every single fucking way from the start. He doesn't think he can tell me he wants to kill people. He doesn't think of me as a proper sexual partner. He fucking lies to me all the time, and that means not only does he think he can't trust me, he also underestimates my ability to tell when he's lying. I know, I can tell. I've been able to tell when Scott is lying to me from the beginning. He can't get away with anything. I may not know what he's lying about, but he gets this vibe to him, like it's extra nervous, and every time he gets the vibe, it turns out he's up to something. Murder is wrong because Scott thinks I can't tell when he's lying about it, which is disrespectful. 9. Murder is wrong because Scott is bad at it. He can't hide it. He leaves evidence behind, the wine glasses, who knows what other DNA, and because he picks ugly women. Of course, I understand you can still get off on ugly women, because I was there too. I was in Scott's folders of pictures and in Kate's apartment, and I understand, yes, ugly women are still technically fuckable, but I think if Scott was a better murderer, he'd be able to murder more desirable women. I know it makes me shallow, but I don't fucking care. People judge us by the company we keep, and when people find out about all the ugly women he's murdered, they're going to lump me in with them. As if I'm another one of his lame, online, hopeless, second-tier B-team sluts. The kind of women Scott associates with. Is this how he thinks of me, too? Scott is pretty attractive, despite all his personality flaws, so he could do better, and he should, again, out of respect for me. 10. Murder is wrong because Scott seems to be making a habit out of it. And in a way, it makes all of his women kind of the same to him. Like, if he can murder one person and then another, it's like they don't matter to him. There's nothing about any one of these women to terminally satisfy his killing urge, so he's like, okay, that was good, I'm done. Instead, it's like he's ordering his favorite meal at the same restaurant again and again, always expecting the same thing, but these are very different people he's killing. Does he not know women are people? Is there something wrong with how he conceives of other people, so he can't just tell the difference between them? They're all just people I could murder. Would he kill a man? Would he kill someone non-binary? I tear up the list, throw it in a bowl in the kitchen sink, soak it, mash it into a lumpy pulp. I scoop the pulp out and toss it in the garbage. I do this thinking how much better I would be at murdering people than Scott. I do it thinking all this exercise has shown his murder is wrong for Scott. At the end of the day, I don't think he's taking someone's life away. That's much of a big deal. People die all the time. Everyone does it It is not a fucking right to live.